G'day everybody and welcome to the House of Mario, the South Australian Nintendo podcast that is backed by a 120 Power Star rating. I'm your host Drew Agnew and the doors to episode 358 are open. Today on the show we're going to be welcoming back one of my best mates. It's Josh, or JT if you like, and I've got to say it's very nice to get that off the tongue once again. Josh, how you going, mate?
Hello everyone. Doing very well. Good to be back in the house. Been a long time. Feeling refreshed, revived, I suppose, after a few weeks away. Middle Earth, New Zealand, seeing family, doing lots of things, jumping around, running, having a great time. Have I missed much while I've been away?
Have a bit. Missed a little bit. We've had Zach and I have had a good fun talking about a bunch of stuff. Returning once again, Zach Clark. Zach, how you going?
Yeah, good, Drew, and welcome back, Josh. It's been an honor to fill your shoes, but I'll hand them back to you now. They're a bit sweaty and maybe a bit stretched, so apologies. But you can officially reclaim them. Maybe like you take one now, and I'll give you the second one back at the end of the episode, and as
Yeah,
a smooth transition. Don't want
as we
to
get through this
go
episode.
fully back straight away.
But no, thank you for coming on and filling in for me. Definitely much appreciated. And I definitely knew going away it was that the podcast was in very good hands with you two at the helm.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'd like to fill Josh's shoes. He runs half marathons and his aim is to run a full marathon. So I wouldn't like to be having to fill those shoes. But you did a great job, Zach. And we had a lot of fun. There's a lot of lead up to the Mario movie. We will be talking about the Mario movie, but the idea for this week is that obviously if you have not seen the movie, we don't want to be leaving timestamps and all of that type of thing, having you skip parts of the particular episode that you've clicked on. So what we're doing is this particular episode, there will be no talk about the Mario movie. We're just catching up with Josh, shooting some shit, talking about the games we've been playing, having some fun, all of that. Because we've got to get some stuff off our chest. We haven't seen each other for a little while. Have a bit of a hug out type of thing. And then next episode, which will be pretty much launching at the very same time as this, so it will be up on podcast services and YouTube, will be our spoiler discussion all about the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So if you've seen the movie, you want a bit of discussion about it, it's there as well. But Josh, I want to know how your trip to New Zealand was, what you got up to, all of that type of thing, if you had a good time. How did you fit in the Switch 2 along the way, if you fit it in at all? Maybe you were way too busy for it, but yeah, I just want to know about your trip.
Oh man, I'll try and keep Nintendo spin to it as much as possible. But I suppose, so 2.5 weeks in New Zealand to see family, the newest nephew. So I'm a new uncle now for the first time. So it was really cool getting to meet the little baby for the first time. Spending time with Michaela's brother and his wife down in New Zealand. So spent a whole week there, got to meet the baby. Really cool, awesome, just like a different part of life I've never got to experience before. Really, interacting with babies a lot. So incredibly cool. And New Zealand's just, so similar to Australia, but like different in like things when you look around. So we had the fun game of pointing things out and how different they are. They have no fly screens, guys, in New Zealand for some reason, and we always find it so baffling. Like
they have flies.
There are flies. There are flies. They just leave the windows open. There's not as many, but they never seem to be bothered by when the bugs came in. I'm like, well, that annoys us. It was just like it was just interesting, kind of dynamic. But like other little things. But like after that, we did Queenstown. So running, jumping, doing all sorts of extreme things. We did like whitewater rafting, we did zip lining, just cycling. We hired bikes, cycled around, went on the gondola there and luged at the top of the mountain there. All the things. So really, really fun. Wellington as well. And then we did the Hobbiton half marathon at the very end. We ran through Middle Earth, ran through the Shire, ran through Hobbiton. And we flew us fools and got back in time for a drink at the Green Dragon in Hobbiton at the very end, and incredibly scenic and beautiful. Lots of hills, like incredibly steep, like 600 meters of elevation, so not undulating by any. It was very, very high terrain, but I never like run across a scenic route as sort of amazing as that was, and so definitely a memorable holiday. Not just that experience, but everything. So in between it all, I was definitely playing my Switch 2. The kickstand, like guys,
What's
I have
happened?
been OG Switch 1 for years. I take that onto a
Oh,
plane and it just flops. No good. I would have to hold it. But now this time, the actual, kickstand's amazing. So I got to, these are 4-hour long flights to and from New Zealand. Tested and, did the job, stayed upright. Battery was good. Plenty of Pacopia, Fire Red, Paranormal Sight, all sorts of things. Other like 51 worldwide games with Michaelis, stuff like that. Just kept me and us busy in between things. And so, very good travel companion whilst we were having fun and looking at all the news as well as we were watching from afar.
Cool. I thought you were about to say, but your kickstand's bust. That's what I thought you were about
Oh,
to say. Like,
snapped or something. Yeah,
yeah.
the nephew grabbed it and just,
Oh, yeah. Make sure to keep it away from him. That was definitely a thing because he slobbers still,
Yeah.
maybe when he's older.
projectile vomit, like blah.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
It takes a fair while for them to grow out of that too. They'll be 8 years old at least before they even think about washing their hands and not slobbering from the face. Yeah, the last few weeks, Josh, have just been like Zach and I. We've diverted into like parent talk or kid shows
Yes.
talk for
Yeah.
a couple of
Yeah.
minutes. Just so
And relate, can't you? Help
yes,
each other out. Get the tips going, that kind of stuff.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, yeah, share the tips with each other. But
That's it.
well, that sounds a bit sexual, but didn't mean it for
Yeah.
that. Yes, no, it's yeah, great to have you back anyway, Josh. And sounds like
Thank you.
you've been playing plenty. I was checking on your profile every now and again. I'm like, I wonder if he'll sign into his like his brother-in-law's Wi-Fi. Just I like seeing what people have been playing, but no, didn't sign into any Wi-Fi. You went off the grid for a couple of weeks, so I'll have to
That's bold. When I travel, I log into every Wi-Fi on my Switch just for this cloud saves. I just don't want to, because I feel like traveling, my risk of losing my Switch is higher. So I'm just like,
Yeah,
at least I can
okay.
get my saves somewhere. But maybe not New Zealand compared to like other countries. It's probably like almost just being in Australia in some sense. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it was on airplane mode the entire time. I just left it on and I didn't bother to do the updates. I think there was a new version 21 or something firmware update. So I did all that when I got home, and the GameCube NSO update with the Gate of Darkness dropped while we were away. So I didn't play that until I got home this week. And yeah, I was just like, so I got plenty of other things to play, I suppose. But there's a good point about the cloud saves. I didn't really think about that. So I did run the risk, I suppose.
yeah, I can imagine, like Zach saying, you could just be in a country where it's a little bit more shady, a little bit more at risk, and the Switch 2 goes and all those save files go, but doesn't matter what you do, that Fire Red save file was going anyways, Josh. That's that's the one you probably really care about. Your poor little who'd you choose? Did you choose Bulbasaur? Your poor
Punch.
Bulbasaur.
Squirtle I
yeah.
chose.
Was it Squirtle? Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep. He's a Blastoise now. I've only had one other Pokemon die. It was an Electrode, which I called Pseudo Item, and it did not make it long. It lasted about 20 minutes, I reckon, and I was a bit silly with it.
Yeah, so you're still going on with that Nuzlocke?
I am, yes. So I think I've about to hit the 4th gym, the grass one, and I've got a Blastoise and a Gyarados and a Nidoking. So they're all bad to water. So I need to. I've got an Eevee into a Flareon now. I'm just trying to get ready for this because it's it's an event now. It's this grass gym's disrupted my entire party, and I need to.
Yeah. Did that
train for it.
force your hand with the Eevee? Were you like thinking, oh, maybe I'm a Jolteon kind of
I was
guy, but
thinking
now like
Jolteon.
I need
Yeah.
fire for this one gym?
Correct. Yeah. So I've gone to Flareon, and Jolteon's my favorite of the 3. So I was keen to do that, and then I was like, no, I need a fire now. I need to get through this gym. So, I don't mind Flareon. It's not. Don't get me wrong, but it's just yeah, I've had to pivot slightly, I suppose, just to get it.
Yeah. The only problem with Flareon is just like in these older games, he got the bad end of the stick because he's fire attacks special and he's more of a physical attacker. So he's just not as good compared to the other ones where their stats
Yes.
align with with their stab attacks. So that's the sucky thing. I've always I love Vaporeon. Vaporeon always it's so good in the games where you get like you can obviously teach it the water moves with Surf and an Ice Beam and pretty much whatever else you want really. Like you can learn so much. So I checked my my Fire Red cartridge actually to see what team I had back whenever I last played it. Might have been like 2015 or something like that. I can't remember. It could have been forever ago. But yeah, they had a Vaporeon on that one, so it's usually the way to go. But I think when I was a kid, I always liked Jolteon. Jolteon's my favorite because of like the anime.
Yeah.
I really loved that episode in the anime with the Eevee brothers, and they're trying to convince their younger brother what evolution they should evolve their Eevee into. And yeah, that was the standout from that one, being Jolteon. But yeah, I mean that little boy with his Eevee, he's got a lot more options now after the first season of the anime. He could have a Sylveon by now, as far as we know.
He chooses none of them in the end, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's just gonna be an Eevee trainer.
Yeah.
So what a lad.
That's right.
Good for him. Good luck.
Good for him. He knows what he wants. That's right.
Yeah, it's like I hope you have the Let's Go Eevee because he can learn a lot more moves. It's a little bit more can hold his own a bit more.
Yeah.
We were laughing. I was playing Gale of Darkness today, and we were just laughing at Ugly Eevee. Just fringe.
Because it's the
chubby
Nintendo
cheek.
64 model basically still, and it looks
Yeah.
like garbage. Yeah.
It looks
Oh, really?
horrible. We're just laughing at it. Just like it's the face only a mother could love in terms of Eevee, who's just so beautiful and stylish these days. Then definitely not the case.
I'll have to look it up. I don't know if I've ever noticed the Eevee model in XD Gale of Darkness. So I'll have to
look it
have a
up.
squiz.
Yeah, do yourself a favor.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's jump into what we've been playing because I'm very curious to hear what Josh has been playing. Obviously, Zach and I have been keeping up over the past couple of weeks. But what's up, Zach? I guess just over Easter. Did you have much time for gaming? I know I had some time in the evenings, but not so much during the day. But how did you go over the long weekend?
Yeah, not as much as I would like, but still got some stuff in. Doing the latest DK Bonanza DLC event. I keep up with those to try and retain a 100% save file, which is probably a commitment I regret making at some point. But here we are.
Never
I have to
ends.
say, not a fan like live service in a single player game thing. It's just I don't need events every few months that force me to play it for a week. It's just but anyway, it's still fun. Like I actually think the DLC mode's quite a lot of fun, and I think the events do accentuate that because they are they're kind of solvable. There's like I don't if you haven't done one before, like the Emerald Rush is like, you got one of the regular maps, got to collect as many emeralds and you get like multipliers and stuff by doing missions and that kind of thing in the span of like 30 minutes roughly. But the event ones are not randomized. They're the exact same every time. So there is a bit more practice and learn and figure out the best. It's very maths heavy, like what's the best like combination of multipliers to get the high scores. And it is quite hard to get the highest score to get the last of the two sort of statues. And this year, what are they doing this time? It's Wrinkly Kong and Tiny Kong. So a lot of the statues are very, call back to the past DK games. So I've got Wrinkly Kong. I still have to get Tiny Kong. So I've got till sometime tomorrow to do that. So I'll probably, I'm getting close. I got very close in my last run. I think I'll get it in the next one or two. So that's sort of been a big focus. And just other thing very quickly was Procopia. I had a big win. I think what I'm about to say is not a spoiler, and I'll say it as least spoilery as possible. But with the Dream Island mechanic, there is a random chance of getting a certain set of legendary Pokemon, and I finally got one, which I was very happy to get. So, because I don't want to have to because you only do them once a day. So if I keep playing, it could take who knows how long to get the rest. But it was good to get one off the bucket list. So that was pretty much it for my gaming. So happy to pass the torch back to you, Drew, or to pass it on to Josh to tell us about all the stuff he's been doing.
Yeah, no, cool. No, it's nice to have those games just to jump in and out of, especially with Donkey Kong. Do you know how long they're going to be adding stuff to it? Like, how long are they going to keep you on this loop?
It's a great question.
Of trying to keep you
I feel like
100%.
I feel like we're maybe near the end. I'm sure some data miner has the answer. I could probably Google it, but I haven't gone and done that. Only reason I say we're near the end is we've sort of got the full cast of DK64 pretty much now in the statues. And we've also gone back to DK. So the first event was DK Island. Then we went and did all the other maps, and now we're back at DK Island as a repeat. It's like a new event, but back at that map, if that makes sense. So makes me wonder how much more they've got if they're going back again. So I hope it's not too much more. And I also hope once they finish, they'll do a bit of like a, similar to Drew, you did the Spirit events, right? And Smash, that was a thing you were on. I'm hoping they do a good regular recycle because, I mean, again, for these types of games, a lot of people love to get a full save file. It's just kind of a collectathon, right? So, I can imagine a lot of people who will pick up DK over the years. It'd really be crappy if it's like, oh, you just weren't here in the first year, so you can't get these like dozen or so statues, particularly when they are like all nostalgic ones. Again, like DK64, DK country characters, stuff that people would be quite excited to see new models of those characters actually in a 4K HD version of the game. So, yeah. So short answer, no idea. Long answer was what I just said.
Yeah. Hopefully, I don't keep you going too long unless you're unless you miss it once it's gone. But yeah, it would be annoying in a few years. It was like, oh, 100% this game, but then there's the DLC and the events are gone. That would be a kind of a silly situation because it is such an evergreen game. It needs to, be accessible at all times. And Smash Brothers did a good job at it because if I missed an event, I'll be like, all right, I sort of keep my eye out a little bit just on the home screen and stuff to see when it's coming back. It's like if I see that, I don't know, fairy type Pokemon are back this weekend, it's like, oh, I'm missing this one particular spirit. I was in there just straight away. And yeah, it's good fun. It's just that simple, just collecting things. And yeah, as all Pokemon fans and I guess collectathon fans and platformer fans, that's what we do. We like to collect shit, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Josh, I think you'll have a few games to talk about. So if you want to talk about some of your stuff, and then I can give you a break, talk about whatever I'm going to talk about, and jump back to you because you've got a few weeks built up inside of you. You're just like, oh, I've been gaming on the aeroplane. I've been gaming at night time. I've been gaming at Hobbit Town. I've been doing all this stuff. So tell us about your video games, Josh. What you been playing, son?
Yeah. Most recent one, talking about events like Tetris 99, they still do their themes, and they got the Galaxy one this weekend, obviously coinciding with the movie. So that's another one I love to go back to from time to time because that's, they've probably got about, I don't know, 6 a year maybe, every couple of months, maybe even less these recent years. But that is always fun to go back to with Tetris 99. And I do probably need to check out the Bonanza DLC event, sorry, the ongoing event as well, because that is a super fun mode to play through with DK. And yeah, evergreen title and evergreen experience with the that game. It's just so fun to sort of experience. But I suppose for me it was mainly Pokemon. Pokopia was huge, and that was such an easy game to play, especially on the plane. And just I'm definitely not like trying to like get through the story fast. So I'm just really sort of taking my time. I'll get to an area and just sort of stay there for a little bit. So I've definitely like prolonged my times in these areas for probably, a decent amount of time. And then I just like, there's something really fun about you get to the new area. Okay. You find the first Pokemon. Okay. Here's a couple of habitats. You just sort of, get those first few Pokemon that they want to introduce you to the area, and then a couple of them are pretty like story intertwined, aren't they? And they'll do the things that you need them to do, and that's always fun to discover. And and then I always get the workhorses going. I get the ones who need to make me a whole bunch of concrete. You need to start straight away, buddy. So I'm just topping up that limestone, and away you go. Keep making me that concrete. Because it's effectively slave labor, and time is money here in Pocopia, so they keep chucking along for us. The railways in the Pewter City equivalent area, it was get them working. I need to build my rail station and all that. So, there's just something incredibly, I don't know, like very just calming about, okay, I can see there used to be a road here or something, but there's a whole bunch of rocks in the way, so I'm just going to clear it out. And then you clear it out, and it's like, that looks so much nicer now. Or there's like, I built a Pokemon habitat, but I want to do something, and then like, I don't want to remove the habitat because I feel horrible every time I move someone's home. So there's literally one moment I built an underground tunnel because I wanted my railway to go through this Pokemon's home. I'm like, no, I'm just going to build a tunnel. So I went underneath it. And that was just a fun little, cool little moment to, the Pokemon, I can't remember what it was, but just I got you, man. Just stay there. We're going to work around you. We're not going to make you move or anything like that. But, like I didn't know anything really about Dragon Quest Builders 2 beforehand. So I'm like looking up a little bit about it before, like now, trying to understand, how that game came to be in the history and how Pocopia is. And I didn't realize there's a bit of like fighting stuff going on in those games. There's a bit of an RPG kind of like battling. Very simple, but like they obviously took the choice not to do that in Pocopia here, and it's no fighting. And it's all very peaceful and harmony kind of stuff, which I think it's obviously the right choice. I don't know if it would have really worked if it was a bit of a fighting kind of component going on. But just really fascinating.
Slave labor. We don't need fighting as well. It's like one or the other with Pokemon,
That's right. That's right. We don't want to impede too much. So, I'm in the last area now, and I think I had a slight sort of heart drop because I don't know if there's much of a spoiler, but 2 gates converged to one final area, I suppose. And I was hoping for a new area, and that converged to the same final area. So, so I know I'm there now, and I don't want to move too much, but also, I don't want to, want this game to fall off a cliff and not finish it, so to speak. So I'm not too far away from completing it, I would have thought. But absolutely phenomenal, like, and so cool seeing all the sales and the hype. And I think for me personally, just it's been so, like, I found the internet extremely negative the last couple of months. I don't know about you guys, but I've just found it, especially Nintendo related, extremely toxic. And I think that's impacted me a little in terms of how I want to talk and interpret Nintendo news as well. And so when Pocopia came out, it was just at least 2 weeks of really nice, wholesome, like, people just like this game, and it was very refreshing and different. So that was towards the first, like, just before we went to New Zealand, in the first few days after that, it was still very noticeable. So that was very nice. I could keep going, but that was the Pocopia was the main thing, and little bits of other things, the Fire Red and all that in between. But like, it was mainly on the flights and there and back, and I didn't do a lot once we got into the country because it was, we're pretty tired by the time we got home. We did so much, and it'd be for like half an hour at a time, and it would just be something very simple and nothing too much. So it was definitely good to kill the time for the flights, which is obviously the main thing.
Yeah. No, just bring up like the negativity when it comes to like some of the Nintendo stuff recently. Like, honestly, I haven't really been on. I say this all the time, but it's just the truth, I guess. But like, I honestly haven't been on like social media apart from YouTube, and it is just like I see a video every now and again. I watched a video today about from a YouTuber I quite like called Isaac OS, and he's usually just posts about his videos are about handhelds, and just stuff like that, all the shit I'm into. And he did one on the Switch 2 today. It was like talking about, so I think it's actually worth it now. Like, it's actually got quite a few games. I'm like, yeah, yes, it does. and like people seem to be like slowly discovering this, and I don't know why. I feel like that negative cloud really has just loomed over the Switch 2 to such a degree now, where the discourse is like it is like, just get a Steam Deck. don't worry, it's too expensive and all this type of thing. But there is a lot to love about the old Switch 2, which we're enjoying. But it was nice when Pokopia came out. That sort of just quelled down. Everyone's just playing this little game where you run around as a Ditto, and I don't know. Has that continued, that sentiment, or have people picked up their pitchforks again a little bit? Like, what's your thoughts on it, Zach? Have they gotten angry again, or what's going on?
I have noticed, like, there's still a lot of positivity. It has, so there's two halves. Yes, there's a lot of positivity. It's kind of formed its own little bubbles like Animal Crossing did. You know, you got like Pokopia groups on Facebooks and that kind of stuff, like all popping up, sharing memes and having a great time. And it's really like, I mean this in the nicest way, and I do not count us three in this category, but like the normal people have finally like picked up a Switch 2 and bought a game, and they're enjoying this like a fun game. People that do not participate in any online discourse, do not listen to gaming podcasts, let alone record them. That's where all the positivity is really coming to. But there are definitely some of the more harder, like more intense fans of like the Pokemon franchise, where I am seeing a few people being like, oh, you know, like who else has dropped off, like trying to look for that validation of like, yep, I stopped playing it now, it's been 2 weeks, so game's trash. Which personally I just hate that mentality that seems quite common in the current just generation of like quote unquote dead game. Oh, player count's dropping, or like, oh, I'm not playing it every day after a month. It's like, I don't know, if you played it every day for a month and you finally started to slow down a bit, I think that's still a good game. Like you've played a lot of a game, like, but there's just some weird, mind games people jump through to like, I don't know, find reasons to hate, I suppose. So I guess, like it does feel like there's a little bit of negativity coming up, but fortunately, again, the people who are ignorant of that and are just sharing fun memes and all that kind of stuff are more observable, and I think that's still drowning it out, which is great, because I think that's just what you want to see. Like it's not about being like, oh, all hail corporate, we're just wanting Pokemon to make another bajillion dollars. It's just like, it's just good to see people having a good time with something. That's right. What I enjoy seeing.
People just gotta find the fun in it, don't they? Like, if you don't like what's going on, just find something else fun and talk about that. I really don't get it. So, especially like Josh, to notice that too, like someone who's like, always sees the positive side and like is like quite optimistic and things. To have him say like, oh, it makes me sort of it makes me think like second guess like myself sometimes and all that. It's like, oh, that's that sucks. So I hope your time away sort of got you back on track. And it makes me think too, like, this podcast here, pretty small. If I ever see the numbers just jump up one month, I go, oh no, the mob's here. The pitchforks are at the front of us. So that's the positive of just being nice and small down here, out the way. But I haven't played much Pokopia. I've still got to I've got to get back into it. My obsession with emeralds, it's steadied down a bit now, so I need to get my Pokemon goodness through Pokopia a little bit. But I was looking at like my hours today. I'm like, I put like a couple of hours into it, not quite the 50 or 100 or whatever you two boys have put into it. I wonder what Josh's is. Now that he's back online.
Yeah, I'm curious to mine now as well.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised it hasn't taken you, Drew. Like really sort of made you. I'm 25 hours, but I'm surprised it hasn't sort of made you really want to play it and dig, get a lot of hours into it. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I like it. I don't think it's the game. I think it's just me. I think I was just like, I get very, you boys probably know this by talking and listening to me, but I get very fixated on things. And like, that is my obsession right now. And my obsession was just something else at the time. So if somehow that target, that I don't know what things going on in my brain to give me that, but if that target lands on Pokopia, look out! I'll be playing a lot of that. But for that specific time, it was it was old Pokemon. But I'm glad that I think that was a necessary step for me to actually maybe in the next week or month or however long it takes to really fall in love with Pokopia, because that healed my relationship with Pokemon. Like just being able to go back to something like I absolutely love and not think about the frustrations in the modern era type of thing. So I feel like it was a good step to really get me there. So I'm happy that I did it at least.
I think it'll make your perspective quite unique to Josh and mine as well, in that, like, I mean, one thing we know through the interviews, Amoria was saying, he drew a lot of inspiration from his work on, Ruby and Sapphire, and you've effectively just played that generation again. So it'll be interesting to see any parallels you can draw through having a more, fresh set of eyes on that game versus, again, at least me personally, haven't played Gen 3 in, at least the original Gen 3 in, 20 years or something. I don't know how long it's been since it came out, I guess. Yeah. I played Omega Ruby and that was fine, but not back to the GBA games.
Yeah. So yeah, you haven't played Gen 3 since like it was out pretty much.
It was a thing. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I haven't gone and revisited, other than like I've just started Fire Red, but I mean when I say Gen 3, I mean Hoenn, I guess.
That's what I meant to. Sorry.
But yeah, so keen to see if you notice any sort of like, oh, this is a little nod to, secret bases or whatever it might be that's sort of, been pulled into that Pokopia experience if you get to it in the next month or so. And maybe, hey, if you don't, that's also fine. Play what you enjoy.
Yeah, I can't force myself to play stuff, even if it's something that I quote unquote need to, whether it's something that's just come out or something. Even if I get like a review code for it, like if I don't want to play it, even if I should or I have to, I don't. I just cannot force myself to play it. I just sort of go where the wind takes me in my own mind. So, and I think that's quite normal. I don't think most people have to force themselves to play games and all of this when it's their hobby. But
I mean, not to get into it, but as someone who used to review games for a website, I think you've highlighted why being a game reviewer isn't this like, fun job all the time. You know what I mean? Like maybe when you get to the upper echelon and you get to pick the games you review, but most of the time, like I just got so many like mid-tier JRPGs assigned to me because they're long and like not great and no one else wanted to do them. And like Just Dance games, but I actually enjoyed Just Dance because it's like super easy to review. You just play it for like, I had friends over, we play it for an afternoon, and like that's enough. I've got enough Just Dance content to write about it.
What the new songs are, leave it at that.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's all I need to say. Whereas like, oh, I've got to get to like hour 70 and this like, schlock like mid-tier JRPG, like I could probably tell you it's bad from like 10 hours, but the review culture is you've got to hit credits, right? So just a stark reminder to people that sometimes reviewing games is not fun.
Yeah, no, for sure. There are some days when I'm I'm bent over a sheep, I'm sharing it. I'm like, I wouldn't mind grinding a crappy JRPG for my job right now, but
yes,
depends on what I'm doing. Man. All right, what have I been playing this weekend? I set up. I wanted to play some Wii Sports because more recently, retro achievements have come to Wii games, and I couldn't get it working for like a couple of weeks, to be honest, until like I tried a new file. So, like a new file for the game. So it started working. I'm like, cool. So I put it on my Legion Go, and I took it down with the family because I stayed with my parents and the kids. So brought down Wii Sports. No one wanted to play with me, so it was just me. It wasn't this revival of the Wii back 20 years ago when it came out. But I spent basically like a full night just playing Wii Sports by myself, just going through some of the achievements. And there's like achievements for doing some random things, but a lot of it is like just becoming pro in each sport, doing some of the training, setting a certain high score, just crap like that. That's kind of why I wanted to do that for Wii Sports. So yeah, I become a pro bowler and a pro tennis player in the one night. And I got to say, I got a bit of a sore wrist afterwards. I was especially when I was sat down, I was doing like more of a flick here and there, and it wasn't doing too well. So by the end of the night, I was feeling a bit sore. So yeah, that could have been a bit suspicious. Like, why do you got a sore wrist there, Drew? So I've just been waggling my Wiimote. That's and no one's going to believe me in 2026. But no, that is what I was doing on the couch.
Love it.
But yeah, it was really cool. I've got like what's it called? The Mayflash Dolphin bar. So it's a dolphin, or it's a sensor bar that plugs into basically a PC, and then you can sync your Wiimotes from there, and then through the Dolphin emulator you can just play games through it. And I didn't really know this beforehand, but like in the Dolphin emulator, you can press the home button, go to the main menu, and like it is literally just a Wii. You're in the menu, you can go to the settings, you can go to all the different channels, you can load other channels onto it, like the virtual games and all that. So I've got like basically this little portable Wii on a kickstand that I just sit down, put the sensor bar in front of it, and get the Wiimotes out, and I can just play portable Wii. It's like for me, I think the Wii is like the most nostalgic console for me. Just like the home music and everything about it, every little doot doot and little noise that it does. So yeah, I had so much fun just doing this. So I'm looking forward to just, probably just like slowly bringing games from my physical collection over to my Legion Go, and especially with like retro achievements and stuff, and going through some old stuff, especially for like the 20th anniversary of the Wii. As I was playing Wii Sports, I said to my parents, like, this thing's 20 years old. Like, there aren't many things that I remember playing as a kid. Well, there's more and more each day, but like 20 years old. This is something that's like a big game in my childhood. The Wii was my first console outside of a handheld that I personally had. So the idea of that being 20 years old, I'm like, oh, that's disgusting. It makes me feel so old. But
crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, at the same time, it feels like 20 years ago. Like it was a long time ago playing Wii Sports and having that experience with everybody in front of the CRT and all of that back in 2006. But man, it's kind of crazy. So yeah, I kind of love that I've got like a little portable Wii I can just bring around. I couldn't believe how well it worked, because obviously the biggest thing with emulation that a lot of people don't necessarily like is that it doesn't feel authentic. You go into like you go into your files on Windows and you're clicking around when your game loads. It never felt like that authentic necessarily, and that's why I never you get the games and you never really necessarily play them. But with this, man, it's pretty cool just to like once I finish playing, I just sort of go to the home menu and I just have it as like background music. That's what I like doing with the Wii, just having it as background music when it's on the menu. So yeah, I did that one night, and then another night I picked up one of my smaller handhelds, the Trim UI Brick, and I was playing a Pokemon ROM hack called Pokemon Heart and Soul. So it's basically just like a Gen 3 Fire Red Leaf Green remake of the Johto region. And it's just like really faithfully made. So it's like a really authentic Johto region, but it's got like a bunch of quality of life features. So you can select from like so many options at the very start. It's like a bunch of Nuzlocke options. You can basically choose how rare you want your shinies to be. You can choose it to be like the normal rate, which is 1 in 8,196, I think it is. Or you can do like Generation 4 and onwards rates, which is half that. I chose the smallest percentage that it can be. Like it's like 1 in 200 and something. Just like, so more shinies will pop up. I've been playing 10 hours, boys, and I haven't got one shiny still. I'm like, really? Still? I was like, it's like 1 in 200.
What's the point?
Yeah, it's like 1 in 200. Surely, like, you'll just run into one throughout the game, but no. But yeah, it's just got all the quality of life features. Just like experience share, just like in modern games and stuff like that. So my Pokemon are way over leveled. It's just like a very casual run through, but yeah, just been enjoying doing that. It's been, probably Johto would be like the region I've probably played the least, apart from like Paldea and Galar, I guess, like the new games on Switch. I don't know why necessarily. I think like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, I never restarted my save file. And then like I've played through, that's probably now think about it, I've played through Gold, Silver, and Crystal a fair bit, but not as much as Fire Leaf Green and Ruby Sapphire for sure. But yeah, I think I'm gonna move on to like another ROM hack after this, and I'm going on holiday in a couple of weeks too. So this will be like a good little thing to keep in my pocket and just have like a Pokemon game to drive along with. So yeah, I've just been playing old shit this weekend. Haven't really played too much new stuff.
Nothing,
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. What shiny do you want the most? Like, what would get you the most excited?
shiny. Well, I'm not too fussed about shinies in like this ROM hack, for example, but in like Pokemon Emerald at the moment, like my forever save file, I would love to get shiny Latias. I've dreamed about getting one of them back in the day when I was a kid, like just having it as that roaming legendary where you basically get one chance per save file for it to be shiny. That would be really
What
cool
color
to
is it?
get. It's like a golden color. Looks really nice in the sprites.
Okay.
The 3D model's not that exciting,
Nice.
but the sprite looked really nice. Black Rayquaza
Yep.
would be really cool. But yeah, I'm sort of looking for a shiny Skarmory at the moment, but no cigar just yet. It's too hard. Too hard in the old games. They're so rare. It's ridiculous. I remember getting a few when I was a kid.
What, an 8,000, isn't it? Originally?
Yeah, yeah. So very rare.
Just stupid.
Yeah.
Extremely.
Yeah, because I've run into like a fair few throughout the years of playing it. It's been like over 20 years at this point, I guess. So I've gotten a few. Probably the most notable one is I was in a car on my Game Boy Advance SP and I was trying to get Registeel. And I don't know if I made it faint or ran out of Pokeballs, but I was resetting basically when I failed. And then like on one reset, I thought I heard like diddling, like the shiny chime. I'm like, oh, is it shiny? And like in the car on my Game Boy Advance SP, I'm like sort of like trying to angle it to look at it because it's like a very faint green, so it doesn't stand out that much, especially like on the old screen in the sun. So I'm like, is it shiny? Like I didn't know. Like I actually couldn't tell whether it was shiny or not. So I caught it. I made sure I caught it because I'm like, I'm pretty sure it might be shiny just from what I thought I heard. So it took me to get like out of the car into like better lighting conditions to actually see it. Actually say, like, was it shiny? And it was. I was like, oh my god, that's awesome. Unfortunately, that shiny is long been reset over at this point, which kind of sucks. I went back to like some old save files to see if I had any, but they've all been gutted. Just like moved up to Pokemon Diamond Pearl and onwards. So I'm like, oh. But I did find a shiny Silcoon, I think it was, or Cascoon. There's a shiny Cascoon on a Ruby that I remember getting one of them, so I'll have to make sure that comes over. Keep it nice and safe. But yeah, yep, just playing old stuff, boys.
Nice.
I'm looking at like my
Old
Switch
stuff.
menu, just like as we were talking, because like my second monitor, that's all that can be shown at the moment is my Switch 2, since my computer won't friggin' show up. Yeah, I'm looking at like all my new games just like on the home screen. I'm like, that'll be I'm like, it'll be fun, but I want to play Wii Sports by myself.
Nothing wrong with that. Love it.
No, I'm loving it.
It stacks up.
I was doing like the baseball challenge. You gotta get like, I don't know, 10 home runs in a row, just like in the training mode. And I'm like, well, I reckon I can get this. It's like just stuff like that. It makes it, I'll just sit down and waggle by myself. The kids can look at me going, what are they doing? There's an achievement for like bowling a 300-point game in bowling, which you got to get a strike every time. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I can't do that.
Right.
I don't have
I
that in me.
remember I did that in bowling a few times, and also the
Nice. You have to come over and
you know
do it
the
for
like
me.
100 yeah, well, I'm a bit rusty, but haven't waggled my Wii remote in recent memory. But it's and the the 100 pin one where the like it's
Mhm.
like 100 pins, and you can I think go across the bumper bar, and there's a little button that hits a bomb that knocks them all over. I remember and it was purely because I was just obsessed with trying to find bloody Tataka's song. I was just like, people like, oh, it's if you get a perfect game or if you do this or that. None of it eventuated anything, but I just spent hours just mastering bowling just to see if I could find that stupid song and then stay on a bloody screen for like 3 minutes and hope that it played or something. So I can certainly understand the solo Wii Sports life, there's an appeal to it. It's not just multiplayer fun.
Yeah, for sure. I read one of the achievements. It was about like hitting the bomb in like the 100 pin mode. I'm like, I don't remember that. I don't know if I knew that when I was younger, like, but I don't remember that information. So I'll be like, it'll be interesting to try and. Is it hard? I don't know. I can't remember. Like, I don't.
You literally, so like there's a railing on the side of the what do you call it? What's a bowling thing called? Lane, I guess.
Yeah.
And you have to pretty much like bowl the ball perfectly straight so it runs across the railing.
Oh damn!
And then at the end is a little red switch that it hits and blows the bomb up. You can do it on the left or right, so whatever floats your boat. But yeah,
nice.
It's tough, but like a lot of Wii Sports things, once you sort of get the right knack of it, you sort of can repeat it like pretty quickly, I find, after that. But not once you become rusty after 20 years of not, or 15 years probably. I probably played more Wii Sports over the years than Pokemon in some ways, but yeah,
nice. Yeah, so yeah, this was my like I got the Switch to what's it called, travel case thing, and I had a nice little spot in there for my Wiimotes. Brought my Wiimotes along with me.
Nice.
So yeah,
definitely designed that way.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
Nostalgic.
You got to take the Switch 2 Pro controller and a Wiimote with you. You never know when you'll need both. But,
just in case, that's right.
Yeah, that's what I've been playing. Josh, you mentioned you had some other little tidbits you wanted to get into as well. So yeah, what else do you need to finish up on?
I think the last thing for me I wanted to touch on was Paranormal Sight. Mermaid Curse. So that's the sequel to the very first game, Seven Mysteries of Honshu, that I really, really enjoyed. And getting through it, definitely like the same world, and they kind of reference what happened. So it's kind of like a continuation of what happened in that way. They kind of refer to the events in Tokyo the last year. So kind of there's little bits that they refer to. I don't know if it's just me, but just anything nautical related, I'm just not as into. So I think for me, I'm enjoying it, but just not as much as the first game. So, it does ramp up, and I think the first couple hours I found a little slow, and it does, like, stuff happens eventually. But yeah, I'm not quite liking it as much as I want to, and I don't like saying this because I want it to be really good, but it's just that itch for me is close, but just not quite there. So, because a lot of reading, and then just haven't had a lot of time lately to play. It was mainly at the start of the trip that I did a little bit. I haven't touched it in a couple of weeks, but I'm still off from work for another week, so I want to play again. Yeah, nice. And I want to actually finish it, so that's my aim. So it's getting better at this stage, so hopefully it can continue that trajectory, I suppose, as I get to the end of it.
I'm sure you look at the logo or the icon next to Pokopia as well. You're like, I can just easily chip away at that. But when you've got to do a visual novel, you sort of need to like have half an hour or an hour just to sort of sink into a chair and just sort of take it all in rather than just chip away at something.
Definitely
like that
Fire Red as well.
Yeah.
All of that. It's just like, that's just so easy. Just do this, and mind numbing to a degree, I suppose. So so that's where I'm at.
Very good. Excellent. Well, it was great to hear what you boys have been playing. And this has been quite fun. But let's get ready to talk about the Mario Galaxy movie. So we'll be moving on to talk about that in the next episode. And for us, it's right now. So everybody, we're going to kick you out and bring you back in if you're listening in chronological order. But of course, you might not be. Who knows? But time to get out of here. Thank you very much for joining us for episode 358 of The House of Mario. Really do appreciate yous. And if you've watched the movie, come and join us. If not, come and join us once you've watched the movie. But until next time, guys, the doors to The House of Mario, they're closed. We'll catch you later.